Hello and welcome to the Off the Crossbar End of Season Awards, presented as always by myself, Regan Walsh, and my co-presenter, as ever, Brad. How are you?
And
Did you
we'll
find
do
it
it.
easy?
This isn't the normal podcast. You don't introduce me like.
Uh, yes, we are going to conclude this regular Premier League season by going through our Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season, Signing, Manager, Worst Signing, Shock of the Season, and Goal of the Season awards. Okay, we'll start off with the Player of the Season. Who have you gone for this year?
Well, do we just want to say it at the same time? Like, is it sort of obvious? Because while there are many names we could have went with, as we said, pretty straightforward. It's Ruben Dias, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It's Ruben Dias. He's just, for this to be his first season in Man City colours, how he's improved their defence massively is, it's absolutely incredible. You would think he's been there for about 4 or 5 years under Guardiola. It's just incredible what he's done.
Yeah, like Man City haven't had a defender like that since Company. Like, they brought Laporte in to almost be his replacement, but he's not in like the same way in terms of leadership. Whereas Ruben Dias seems to plug that up, and that was their biggest weakness.
Yeah, because I mean, towards the latter stages of Company's time there at City, he was getting injury prone, and then bringing Laporte in as well. Again, he hasn't been that successful without injuries. Where Diaz this year he's just looked incredible, and the fact that he shored up the rest of the defense, like the likes of Stones have been playing better, João Cancelo's been playing really good. Like it's been incredible to watch him this season.
And you deserve Player of the Season just for being able to play with the likes of John Stones and Benjamin Mendy.
I mean, has he really played with Benjamin Mendy that much this season?
That's really harsh on Benjamin Mendy.
I mean, is it? I mean, have you seen what he's been doing this season? He's barely been
I
there
don't
for
follow him
Man
on
City.
Instagram now, so
Well, I don't either, but he's barely been on the pitch for Man City.
I don't know. He still deserves it. It's pretty clear he's been the key figure for Man City's defensive performances this season. Or they just haven't leagued goals.
Yeah, and like they just seem light and day. Their defensive line seemed light and day differences compared to last season, where there were so many frailties in that defense. Like I said, Diaz just came in from the minute go and been rock solid, and it's actually been a joy to watch him this season from a neutral standpoint.
It's not just that as well, he's added a goal, so.
Oh yeah, and I think that was something City missed from their defenders' point of view, was actually occasionally getting involved in a goal, and yeah, he's definitely done that. And yeah, like I say, been an absolute joy to watch this season.
It now makes it sort of interesting in any future title race now, because it was always Liverpool have the strong defence, obviously with Van Dijk, but now Man City have matched them now with Ruben Dias. I just dread the Twitter discourse coming next season. Who is the better defender?
Be interesting when them two do face off next season at some point.
Oh, you'd hope so. But then you see Man United fans going, "Look, Harry Maguire, guys, and then they kick them down."
No, but Maguire had a good season though.
He's not the player of the season. Oh, come on.
No, I'm not saying he's played the season.
He's not even Man United's player of the season.
No, but he's had an exceptional season, and you can see United missing him over the last few games.
When you see
well, yeah. But if you have actually seen the stats, Maguire has been one of the best defenders in the league this season. Like, I would say maybe only Diaz and Stones have probably been better than him in terms of central defenders.
You're not wrong. Should we go for the honourable mentions? As such, while it was obvious, as we said, for Diaz, there's the odd names in there. You got to, I've been saying it, Bruno Fernandes.
Thank you. Again, just incredible for Manchester United this season, and just what he's done. I mean, involved in 30 goals, whether he's scoring them or assisting them himself this season. Just absolutely brilliant again. And just since he came into Man United, he's just transformed them into playing such better and more attractive football, and it's actually really a joy to watch.
He also adds a lot in the leadership.
Yeah.
aspect. Like he'll be a future
100%.
long-term captain, you think?
Yeah.
Maybe in the next season.
Well, yeah. I think another honourable mention for me, Harry Kane.
Yeah, you kind of have to, don't you? No choice. He won the Golden Boot.
And the most assists as well in the league. Only the second player in Premier League history to do that after Andy Cole did it, which is an incredible feat.
Yeah, send him to the Euros. Why not?
What, Andy Cole?
Yeah, send him as well.
I mean, I know there are some open spaces, but I don't think
Get him
he
on the
wants to be
plane.
playing in the Euros.
No,
Yeah,
it's serious. Like Harry Kane's too good for Spurs. Just
yeah. I know we've been saying this now for a while, but get him out of there. He's a celebrity. Get him out of there.
get him on a plane out of Tottenham.
Yeah. Whether it's Manchester, Spain, West London,
Paris.
anywhere, Paris, Munich, just get him out of
It's not
Spain,
really-
out of North London. Just get him out of North London. That's all I'm saying. Young player of the season?
This was sort of obvious as well. I don't know
No.
how it isn't. Is it not? Like you're really going to convince me that it's not Phil Foden. I know who you're probably going to say. No,
Yes.
stop that. Stop that.
Marcus Rashford.
Oh, well, hang on. What are the qualifications of the young player of the season?
The PFA player of the season rule is 23 or under before the start of the season, and he was.
Oh, Rashford.
He didn't turn 23 until October, whenever his birthday is.
No, so even in this, no, you're still wrong. I'm sorry.
I'm not. Rashford, this season, 11 goals, 11 assists in 37 appearances for Man United this season. Like, his impact that first half of the season was incredible, and especially over the Christmas period as well, where I think he was involved in 8 or 9 goals in 7 games, was incredible. And don't get me wrong,
You could say that. You could say the same thing of Phil Foden. Only his team has now gone on to win the league. So
yeah, I understand. Phil Foden's had a
Phil
great
Foden,
season, and he
towards the
probably
early
will.
part, Phil Foden at the early part of the season probably wasn't in any conversation because everyone wanted him in there
Yeah,
because we all knew how good he was, but he obviously wasn't being played. Second he's played, bang, we all see the generational talent that he is, and he's been so crucial for Man City this season.
I wouldn't say that. I mean,
He has. They'd look better with him in.
yeah, they look better with him in, but he's been involved in what, 13, 14 goals in 28 games. I mean, there's still been a lot of the performance. I mean, 9 times this season he's played a full 90 minutes.
It doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean much. Like
I'm not hating.
I know you're not, but I admire the Man United bias is already showing.
Like, genuinely, this is my God honest opinion
I
here.
see how this is going.
If Phil Foden played 5 more games,
Who
I would
can
have
play
given
at
him
that game, Sunshine?
5 more games, and I would have given Phil Foden it. 5 more games and a couple more goals or assists, I would have given him the young player of the season. And I know in everyone's eyes he's going to win it. There's no doubt he's going to actually win it. But I think for me, Rashford just about nicks it in my eyes. And I'm not being Man United biased because United had a poor season. They finished second, quite a way off Man City in the end. And I think Rashford had a bit of a curtailment towards the end of the season, but I think he still did enough for me just to pip Phil Foden.
Yeah, it's your opinion. It's the wrong one, but it's your opinion.
Yeah.
But in the contenders, really. So I was out to say Greenwood. We'll put Greenwood in it. His end of the season has been really good.
Yeah, end of the season was good. Who else? Good young player this season. Bukayo Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe. They had good seasons at Arsenal.
They only bright sparks.
Yeah. Mason Mount at Chelsea.
Yeah, see, I'd rather have Mason Mount in the conversation than Rashford.
Yeah, again, I think he would come third in the race out of them 3. But I think it's, for me, in my eyes, it's like, I know I don't vote on the player for the year, but it's one of them where it's just Rashford, then Foden, and then Mount just behind them. Reece James had a good year as well at Chelsea.
We forgot one name.
Who?
The young generational talent that is Jesse Lingard.
27 doesn't count. Shut up.
Are you sure? I mean, because
Positive.
last time I
He
checked,
might-
he was still pretty young.
Nope.
At least I would
27.
have how it feels with all the pundits talk about him.
Well, yes. He might even be 28 now. I don't know. But yeah,
It's not like he didn't feel old.
he's old. He's older than me and you. So, signing of the season.
No bias. It's
Really?
Amy Martinez.
I've gone with Ruben Diaz.
Of course you have.
He has to
By
be.
logical reason, it probably has to be Ruben Diaz, but I'm sorry. With how important Emiliano Martinez has been to Aston Villa's season, it just has to be him.
Oh yeah, Martinez is my second place. 100% for everything you said. Because I mean, was it 15 clean sheets he's had for Villa this season?
Yeah. And you only have to look at these making an unreal worldie save every game.
Yeah, and I think like your logical reason with the young player, it's going to be Diaz though, and I think for me, it's just written in the stars that Ruben Diaz is player of the season and signing of the season, should I say?
Just yeah, I guess, but I haven't felt like that about a goalkeeper in so goddamn long. Obviously, there's so many shit goalkeepers confirmed the doors of Villa Park over the years. And this Argentinian has come in who was told he wasn't good enough at Arsenal to get the starting place for 10 years. Not given a chance, and the second he gets a full season running, he's unreal.
Yeah, 100%. It's been an incredible season, but I think if Diaz didn't have such a good season and say, I don't know, De Bruyne was like the player of the season or someone else, I think then we could have said, right, that 100% Emiliano Martinez is on another season. Like, there's nothing, like, you can't take it away from Martinez having a bad season. Like, he's been exceptional, but I think, like we said with the player of the season, what impact Diaz has had on that City back line, I think that's why he has to win it in my eyes. Like, it's just incredibly close between the two.
It's the logical way.
Yes. Right.
We'll go for the honourable mentions for this. There's been quite a few. First one for me would be Thomas Suchek.
Yes. Again, incredible season at West Ham and just transformed them how they've played under David Moyes this season. He's been instrumental in that midfield.
I also kind of have to put Eduard Mendy in there.
Yeah.
Like seeing the stats, he somehow has more clean sheets than Emi Martinez. I don't know how that happened. But
but if you think under their weeks under Tuchel, they didn't concede for ages, did they?
Yeah, he's been pretty key, but Chelsea's turnaround.
Yeah. Who else would be up there?
You're not going to put Cavani in the conversation?
I mean, recently, I would say yes, this last
a while.
Quarter of the season, but
he's unplayable.
I wouldn't say up there. Yeah,
right.
He's been incredible. I know it's not a long or permanent signing, but you could say what Joe Willock's impact at Newcastle.
Yeah, I'd say Wesley Fofana as well at Leicester.
Yes, Fofana's definitely up there. The season
maybe
he's had
as well. He looked all right for a little while. The injury stopped him a little bit.
Yeah. Trying to think any more.
Could I just put any Aston Villa signing in there?
Ross Barkley.
Except for that one.
Thank you very much.
Maybe Morgan Sanson as well, just missed out. But
I forgot. You signed him. Where's he been?
He's injured at the moment, yeah.
How? He hasn't played, has he?
He did. He got injured. I can't remember what game it was.
Completely forgot you signed him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put Bertrand Traore as well. He's been solid when he's consistent.
Question marks there. Worst signing of the season.
Timo Werner. It's not Werner. It's not Werner.
No.
It's obviously not. We'll just get him out of the way. Why it isn't?
Yeah, I mean,
man could have had 50 goals this season.
Yeah. And his goal contributions to this Chelsea team, I know not obviously scoring a lot, but assisting and everything else he does in the build-up play towards Chelsea scoring has been exceptional. Yes, he's returns for goals compared to his last season at Leipzig is down massively, but you got to remember it's his first season in this league and many people struggle when it's their first season in league. So yeah, definitely not him. But I think we both got an easy one there.
Yeah, if you do look to the bottom of the table, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, and it has to be Ryan Brewster at Sheffield United. I mean, what did they spend? 25 million on him?
It was 20, I swear.
Either way, it was just a ridiculous amount. I mean,
Like, we
he's
don't.
done.
Did he really get played?
I mean,
I felt like he was on the bench a lot, right?
yeah, but even when he did come off the bench, he didn't do much.
Like, a lot was expected of him. Maybe too much.
Yeah, but you would expect some sort of return for what he's done this season, or
I
what
could
they
see him
paid.
being important from next season in the
Yeah,
championship, but yeah,
I mean,
there's so much pressure to put on him.
yeah, I mean, he was involved in 27 of their games this season, but yeah, didn't score or get a single assist. So yeah, I think he has to go down as a West signing. Other ones,
William.
I mean, I've got Willian, yeah, scored 1 goal this season at Arsenal.
I'll go close to home. Was anyone at Albion to get put under the list?
Not bad signing because I
Like
mean,
that's West Brom where I was still about, not Brighton.
yeah, I know, because I mean, Pereira's had a really good season with them. Finished as their
Yeah.
top goal scorer and
Can't wait
assister,
to see him in the middle of Villa Park next season.
playing for another team, not Aston Villa.
Well, that point here instead then.
I know it may seem a little harsh, but I think I kind of have to, but I kind of shouldn't at the same time. It was Donny van der Beek has had a disappointing
I
first
was going to
season.
say it controversially, but you've just.
I know he hasn't been selected as much, but the games that he has played for United this season, he hasn't really lit the world up. And maybe that is down to not featuring enough under Solskjaer. But yeah, I think it's been a little disappointing for him, and I think even he will admit it this season. It hasn't been his best return, but hopefully he can come better.
But the faces he's pulled on the bench this season,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Did you say Ozan Kabak? Liverpool loan signing from Schalke? Because
I
he didn't
think that
really
would be slightly harsh.
do much.
Considering the rest of the names you've mentioned, I don't think he gets put in the worst category.
Yeah.
But I get your point.
Trying to think of who else had a bad season, first season. I mean, Havertz struggled, but I wouldn't say he had an extremely bad season. I mean, he did contract coronavirus and struggled for a while.
Man has had COVID and injuries. Just,
Oh, yeah. Okay, on to manager of the season now.
well, you lead the way.
For me.
Should we start Pep Guardiola?
No,
It's not.
it's
Okay.
not. For me, it's David Moyes.
Mm.
The job he's done with this West Ham team this season is
stupid for.
It's absolutely incredible.
It is.
Like,
it's nice, but it's not unreal, though, is it? He's a good manager.
You were telling me at the start of this season you would have had West Ham in the top 6, their highest ever points finish, and he's got Jesse Lingard playing some of his best ever football.
Oh no, he's done very well. But it's not been genius, though, has it?
I think it has.
I think you'll find it hasn't, because my manager of the season is Steve Bruce.
Please tell me you're joking.
He's took Newcastle to 12th. Come on. What a genius.
Where did they finish last season?
From the brink of relegation to get them where they are. Manager of the month for April. Come on, people. It's Steve Bruce. Hello. Pepper.
Jesus.
You're right. David Moyes would be my actual serious manager of the season for everything you've just said.
Yeah.
But it's probably Pep Guardiola. It's probably Pep Guardiola.
Guardiola's going to win it, but Moyes deserves it.
Honourable mentions. Sorry. Oh, God. Honourable mention. Bielsa.
Bielsa.
Tuchel's done decent. from where Chelsea were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Second half.
even I can't put Dean Smith in that list.
Yeah.
As much as
I mean,
but you
are we
have to
going
make it up to 80 minutes.
Yeah. Solskjaer went unbeaten away.
No, fuck off. He lost to Spurs 6-1 at one point of the season. No.
We beat Southampton 9-0.
No. No.
We went the whole
Southampton
away
always lose 9-0 now. Just
only we're the fourth team to
Leicester
ever
beat
go
first.
beat
It's not cool anymore.
Yeah, but no, it's Solskjaer. I think if we was closer to City and in an actual title race, I think he may have been up there. But considering we finished 12 points behind them, I can't give him. And our home form was poor this season. But yeah, like you said, Bielsa's got to be up there. Moyes, obviously, is who we said, but Guardiola's going to win it. Tuchel as well.
Brendan, I think, would have been in there if they'd got Champions League.
Yeah, and finished third, not fourth. I think if they finished third, he would have got it. Been up there. And even realistically, over the last 8 to 10 weeks, what Jurgen Klopp's done with that Liverpool side, he's managed to reinvent them again and get them playing decent.
Not manager of the season, though.
No, not manager of the season, but he's done a lot better over the recent weeks.
If there was an award for like the best excuses after a game, I could probably give it him.
100% he's getting that this season. Some of the stuff he's getting out with. Goal of the season now. Goal of the season. And there has been some exceptional goals this season.
Well, if you go for the match of the day one that I was watching last night, there's only 3 good ones.
I didn't see the match of the day one last night, actually. I was too busy watching.
Interesting. Like, they went with the one that I haven't gone with.
Okay. What have you gone with?
Was just for the sheer moments of it and the fact that he couldn't do this again if he tried. Manuel Lanzini's last minute equaliser against Tottenham has to be the goal of the season.
Was that bicycle kick?
The free.
Yeah, but what was the goal? I can't remember it.
It's come across. He's just Fonda bastard it into the top right corner off the bar.
Yes.
I actually forgot this.
It was so long ago, it feels that's why.
I think it was the week after the 6-1 as well, which just made it even better.
Yeah. For me, again, it involves Tottenham Hotspur, but for me, it has to be that Eric Lamela goal against Arsenal. The sheer audacity to do a Rabona against your fucking North London rivals. Oh, that was beautiful. I mean, he ruined the rest of the game by getting sent off.
And the fact that they lost.
And the fact that they lost, but yeah, I think that's going to be up there for goal of the season.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Honourable mentions?
I'd put Eze's goal, the Palace, if you remember.
Yeah.
It's Son-esque.
Yeah.
From last season. James Maddison scored one really early in the season against Man City. It was pretty good, I remember.
Yeah. Bruno scored one against Everton quite early on in the season. As well.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes's Manati Iwabuchi impression.
Yes. Cavani.
No,
he's going to be up there though.
Enough side.
But it's counted. So it's a goal. Whether it's offside or not, it's counted as a goal.
It's bullshit is what it is.
And finally, the shock of the season. So, what have you gone for as the shock of the season for yourself?
It's so obvious because it's the moment I wish I was there in person for. And that is that faithful game in October, that weekend, or that Sunday, with Aston Villa beat Liverpool by 7 goals to 2.
Yep. That's my shock.
Mental to say.
Yeah. 100% agree with you there. And go on.
Like, for us as Villa fans, that's one of those moments. It's, where were you when this happened? Where was I this moment? Just sitting there in my uni room, just watching it, realising we've gone 3-1 up in like the first 20 minutes. Instantly get on video call with my dad just to check that this is actually happening.
A reminder, that was the same weekend Manchester United lost 6-1 to Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, never guess.
And before any Liverpool or any fan says, how can that be a shock? Van Dijk was injured. He wasn't,
Van Dijk played in that game, and this is a strong.
This was their
Liverpool
best 11. They just lost the plot.
Minus the keeper, because Alisson was out injured. If you remember, it was Adrian in goal.
They were missing Sadio Mane as well, but Mane's been poor all season.
Dreadful.
But yeah, it's one of those moments where were you when this happened? I said in the interview room, on call. We're literally on call for the whole second half, and I muted the audio, and he had the radio on. It was just listening to the radio. We just heard, we scored 5. They've scored 6. just absolute madness.
Yeah, it was absolute crazy of a game. I can remember it like it was.
Ross Barkley scored, for God's sake.
Jesus Christ.
It was his highest point. It was all downhill from there.
Yeah, it really was. But 100% agree. That was definitely the shock of the season. Well, I think we could class them 2 games on.
That's probably the other moments, but that's the best one. But what were the other ones? Honorable mentions? Werner scoring.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Big shock of the season.
Sheffield United beating Man United was pretty big, even though it did do anything for Sheffield United in the end.
And was the wrong result because...
Oh, God, here we go.
There weren't a foul for the goal. The referee even came out afterwards and said...
Listen, I'm not having a Manchester United fan moan about getting referee decisions go against them.
But, I mean, it was the wrong result. What else?
Man City's start was pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Just being in 8th was a bit mental.
Man United fans getting a game postponed. That was a bit shocking.
One's just come to mind. Can I put Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's hair in the conversation?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes. That's second on the list. It's now time for
you thought the awards were decisive.
Yes. Team of the seasons. I'll let you run through your 11 first, and then we can talk about it for a bit, and then do my 11.
Oh, God. Okay. So I'll start with the goalkeeper. Without question, it's Emiliano Martinez.
Okay.
It's Mendy. Edison. Go away. Emiliano Martinez is crucial to everything that they've done this season.
Can't complain.
Man City and Chelsea still would have done what they did without those 2.
I don't know whether Man City would have, because their backup keepers aren't that good.
You leave Zach Steffen alone. And Kepa's good now.
Yeah, Kepa. Chelsea may have done it, but I don't think City would have done the same without Edison.
That's time he proved the 70 million. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Your back line is?
I'll start with right back. I wanted to go Cafan.
I
didn't in the end.
Yeah.
I did go for the safe option of Kyle Walker.
Bit surprising there.
Oh no, the right back was probably the only hard area.
Yeah, I agree. Right back, I spent a while trying to think of it. I mean, it was the second last position I chose on my team, but Kyle Walker.
Yeah, I still think Man City's defence has obviously been strong this season. I still think he's been tolerable enough for them. I still think you look at the rest of the right backs this season. As we said, there's only him and Kafal that are the only ones really you can say a team of the season worthy.
Yeah, I'd say my option also had a good season.
If you say who I thought.
Yeah, but looking at Kyle Walker's season, he only played 24 games.
I know who you put in, but I can't complain of bias. So
I haven't put Wan-Bissaka in before you go.
Is he not Wan-Bissaka then?
No.
I'm very intrigued now then.
Okay, you have to wait. Who's your centre-back pairing?
Well, so Ruben Dias is obviously the one.
Yep.
But that second centre-back is tough.
Again, I thought that was a very tough decision.
It's not Harry Maguire.
No.
Because I have the A side, and Dias was more right side, wasn't it? Or left side, depending. He's next to left back.
Yeah, left side.
So we needed a right-sided defender who has been consistent all season. No bias.
Ezra Konsa.
It's Ezra Konsa.
Bias.
It's not. He's been unreal. Should be in the England squad.
I'd say if he was that unreal, he would be in the England squad.
Better than John Stones. Constant consistently has been key for us. He may even be a future captain.
Yeah.
Like he started to show a bit of leadership. He clearly leads. I know Tyrone Mings is the main leader, and we looked slightly lost without Mings at times. But Constant just digs in every time, puts his body on the line. Yeah. Jesse Johnson's doing that.
No, I have to agree. He had a great season, but he's not my other centre back. And your
We
left
know
back is?
We know your two centre backs.
You don't. Well, you know one of them.
Well, I'm being nice to you here because Luke Shaw is the left back.
Yeah.
There's no
choice.
choice.
To be. Yeah, there's literally no choice as to who you left back.
Like,
Luke
Shaw in the same breath with Jesse Lingard and just the turnarounds.
Like the pair of them are light and day compared to what they have been in previous seasons. It's absolutely incredible to see the pair of them.
I still remember Luke Shaw under Jose Mourinho just being told you're too fat, and you just see pictures of him and he looked pretty bad.
Yeah,
but what footballer should look like.
Yeah, the turnaround he's had is absolutely been incredible.
It's turned around how much he's now the best left back for England.
Yeah, and I think he's a guaranteed starter at the Euros for England.
You'd hope so.
Into your midfield now.
Okay, so our formation for this. So it was a 4-3-2-1.
Okay.
So it makes sensible choices.
Your defensive three, I'll say.
Well, midfield three, I have a DM and then the two centre mids.
Okay, who's your defensive midfielder?
I'm going with Declan Rice. In the end, and I had 3 different options, and Rice was one of them.
Okay.
It was a tough one. I almost went Kante.
Yeah.
So I think he's been key for Chelsea. I almost went Souček as well, but I think he just tailed off a little bit at the end. Rice, for me, pretty consistent throughout. Key for West Ham.
Yeah.
He's obviously become their captain as well. Takes the role from Mark Noble, and he's going to be, a solid player.
Yeah.
And the midfield too, it's pretty obvious. I have got Kevin De Bruyne as one, and Bruno Fernandes as the other.
Yep.
De Bruyne started pretty poorly.
Yeah, he started.
There were slight debates, but he was just unreal.
Yeah.
Second half, you can't not put him
in.
Bruno is Bruno.
Yeah, he's just been magnificent, hasn't he? Like, just incredible for him. Just absolutely unreal season. Right, who's your attacking 2?
The reason I went for the 4-3-2-1 was so it worked as a way of getting these 2 in.
Okay.
Because the right side of these 2 centre forwards / cams, one is Phil Foden.
Okay.
And the other is Jack Grealish.
I mean, yeah, I knew Jack Grealish was going to get into yours.
Convince me he's not in it then.
South Korean, Tottenham Hotspur winger, Heung-min Son.
What's Son done this second half of the season?
He's been incredible, Heung-min Son. Absolutely.
The goals sort of dried up for him there.
Yeah, but I think him and Kane have been the players for Spurs this season. If it wasn't for them two, where would Spurs be this season?
6. Just 6. Jack Grealish before the injury was unplayable as ever. If we had him for the full season, we'd have been where maybe close to where West Ham are.
Yeah,
maybe we would have had 7th.
Could have been.
I think of Phil Foden as well. You're going to name him the young player of the season. He's been incredible. He's in there. But even if I do go for the normal wingers, Phil Foden is ahead of Grealish.
Okay.
I always did.
And yeah, I was thinking about whether to put him in mine, but I think compared to last season, I think he just misses out for me. And your overall forward?
Well, Timo Werner. We've done him so dirty in this.
Yeah, I mean we've done it all season on the podcast as well, so it's nothing.
No, it's Harry.
Yeah, I mean, Golden Boot, most assists in the league season. I think in all competitions he's played like 48 games and been involved in 47 goals. Just incredible season for Harry Kane.
Yeah. Although with Werner, I was thinking goal contributions brings the rest of them into it.
Yeah,
Would have been pretty good.
would have been undeniably
Don't
great.
go, yeah, as in that. Oh, yeah, that's actually a really exciting idea, that.
He would have been incredible. But yeah, you can't have anyone else but Harry Kane, can you?
No, you can't.
Mm.
Man City are going to destroy everyone next season.
Yeah. Okay.
God
On to
forbid
my
what's
team.
coming now. God,
So,
you dare say David Dyer.
no, Jesus Christ, no. Goal,
Definitely not
goalkeeper.
Henderson either.
No. Goalkeeper of the season, Edison. It was a toss up between him and Martinez for me, but I think Edison just about sneaks it, and because he won Golden Boot as well, that's why he gets it for me
Is he
rather
not the
than
Golden Glove?
Golden Glove, whatever. Same fucking. It's
Don't know
something
why, don't know why
golden.
you give a goalie a boot.
It's an award that he wins. That's gold. Who really cares? But yeah, it was close between them two, and it took me forever to come up with that as my goalkeeper. Left back, as you said, Luke Shaw. Any day of the week, easy. Best defender, best left back in the league this season. Left centre back, I've gone with Ruben Dias as well. Like we said a lot in the podcast, outstanding first season for Manchester City, and what he's done has just been incredible to that team. Right centre back, I'm going to go with Wesley Fofana. I think he had an incredible season for Leicester, and I think has been massively underrated by many people in the media. I know Leicester obviously didn't finish in the Champions League places, but I think he has had an absolutely exceptional season.
Yeah. I think he did get a long-term injury as well, did he? At one point.
I think
Or was
he
it
did.
quite short-term, actually? They thought it was long-term and it ended up being quite short.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, he's been decent for him and he'll only get better.
Yeah, 100%. Right back, again, like you said, it was quite hard, but I think for me, I gave it to Reece James. I think he had a really good season.
I can't disagree too much.
Yeah, I think he had
I
a
think many
really good.
other people will there. But
Yeah, I think for me, yeah, Reece James had a great season. Then my midfield three, so I've gone with a 4-3-3 formation. Thomas Souček for West Ham. I think he just sneaks over Declan Rice. I think he had an incredible start to this season. Souček might have dried up a little bit with the goals, but yeah, I think overall his contribution to that West Ham team has been incredible. And like you said, the other two, Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes, excellent this season, and yeah, just incredible. And then my forward three, Harry Kane, obviously, without a shadow of doubt. Heung-min Son, again, I think he had a great season.
debatable.
And my last one, which is going to be a shock to everyone, Patrick Bamford. No, I know he's had a great season for Leeds. He's had a great season for Leeds. You can't deny it. And I think without his goals this season for Leeds, they'd be a lot lower than where they finished.
I'm trying so hard to be nice to Leeds fans and you're making it very difficult for me.
Yeah, but he's had an exceptional season. He's for me the second choice England striker at this Euros.
Oh.
What? He's scored more goals than Vardy and Calvert-Lewin this season. He's the second highest goal scoring striker this season. What else do you want from him? 17 goals in your first Premier League season. That's incredible. And 24 goals and assists this season in your first Premier League season. I'm sorry, but he has to get in it for me.
At least you've made the clip that I'm going to put on Twitter so much easier now. I disagree so heavily with that.
What?
And it's not because it Leeds, like, you're not wrong. Bamford's been unreal, maybe just better than Watkins.
Oh,
this season.
he has.
They're the comparisons for me. Watkins
Yeah.
offers more overall, but Bamford is there for the goals.
Yeah, and I think he's been just slightly better than Watkins. Again, Watkins has had a great season for Villa, but
Second
for
choice
me,
for England, though. That's controversial considering he's probably not even going to go.
for me, who you having
You've
ahead of
got
him
him
there?
over. You've got him over Calvert-Lewin. Then.
Yeah,
Admittedly, Calvert-Lewin's tailed off slightly.
I was Calvert-Lewin's tailed off massively. How he started this season to how he ended it looked like two different players. Tailed off that big.
That has thrown me. That's so thrown me. Like
I knew he would. Well, I have to give. I know I usually, as a Man United fan, I shouldn't like Leeds players, but Bamford has been just absolutely great this season for him.
I don't know. I did end the podcast. I can't. I've no words. I was so unprepared for that.
Yeah.
It's just nice to end it, ain't it?
Yeah, I completely stumped you for the first time
I'm not
in a long
depressed.
time.
I'm just like, I don't know how to come back on that.
Yeah.
You're the only person that's probably said that. Like, not even Leeds fans probably put him in there.
I'm giving him that bit of unrecognised credit where it's due. Had a great season, unbelievable under Bielsa.
Can I change that? Can I take out Declan Ross, put Marvelous Nakamba in then?
No, Nakamba's not cool this season.
He's been brilliant.
He hasn't. Well, that is the end of the season awards in the Premier League and our team of the seasons. Let us know what you think of them in below and how your team of
please
the season are.
direct all hate at Regan_Walsh. Not my one. All views in this podcast are shared by the individuals, not the podcast as a whole.
Very jealous, I can see.
I'm not jealous.
Yeah.
I already feel the backlash that's coming your way if this goes viral.
I can't complain. Bamford had a great season and second best striker out there
I
this
may
season.
have to turn the DMs off.
Right, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a post, and we'll see you later on this week for more football talk. Until then, it's goodbye from me, goodbye from Brad.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.